What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? And we are back here with the morning show, Voice of Stockton, KXVS 92.1. And I am your boy Marcellus, and I'm here with
Ronnie
and
Alex.
And we have some breaking news for you guys. Actually, we were scrolling through our tablets and smartphones, and we just realized that we came across this article that said that one of the largest icebergs in Antarctica have recently just broke off. And how large was that iceberg, Alex?
2,200 square mile trillion metric ton section of Larsen C ice shelf.
2,200 square mile? Square mile?
Trillion metric ton section of the Larsen C ice shelf.
So how big is that for the viewers who don't follow on square mileage? So compared to maybe...
Okay, so if we're talking about from here, 2,000 miles is here to like Missouri. That's 2,000 miles. Now you're talking squared.
Yeah.
So you're talking depth as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you're looking at from here to there and like from here 2,000 miles like to the center of the freaking earth kind of thing.
This would be a form of climate control. This would
they looking
climate
at
change.
Water levels. Oh.
Water levels may shift a little bit. Well, not may. They definitely are soon to shift.
That's just I'm just gonna say that right there is like a geological change. Like you know, you just changed the whole landscape of what that place looked like because you took off about like 4 different states in the process. What it probably would look like on our side.
Yeah.
So it just changed the geography of the planet in that section, in that region of the planet. And that to me right there is like changing like how the Twin Towers came down. It's changing the landscape of New York.
When was that? When did that happen?
What?
The iceberg.
When did they discover
just the other day. They've been talking about it since June. Scientists have been tracking the crack for more than a decade. But just in June, this past June, they warned that the section was hanging on by a thread and that it was just going to break. It was just a matter of time. From Antarctica's 4th largest ice shelf. Icebergs change all the time. There's cracking in Antarctica that regularly occurs. However, Larsen A and B ice shelves, which were situated further north on the Antarctic Peninsula, collapsed in 1995 and 2000, respectively. But this size of the break is one of the biggest ever recorded, and it's earned the global attention for the significance in the climate change study and its potential impact on the sea levels. So things are getting serious. If you don't really understand climate change, I suggest that you do some research and start to
global warming. You guys
better prepare
believers?
yourself.
Well,
yeah.
We're gonna be made believers, but there are some people who don't believe in global warming, and they just feel like the world is taking their natural course and changing with the sun and all those things. But Trump, I don't think Trump is a believer of global warming. I don't think he
supports it.
Yeah, supports it at all.
He doesn't support the efforts that America, the United States of America. I know they want to take the America off, but United States of America have put forth the efforts, as are other scientists around the world, and or environmentalists as well, trying to work with Mother Nature and work with the planet to have a very conducive, thriving lifestyle for humanity for generations to come. I mean, unless they're looking at just, themselves and maybe 1 or 2 generations beyond them, and the quality of life that they may have. I mean, thinking about like your children's children, what kind of quality life do you want them to have? They're not going to have, a lot of things how we had it.
Yeah, definitely.
Things are definitely changing, and so what do you want that to look like, people? What do you want that to look like?
That's what it's all about, right? It's not about you and the life that you're living right now.
That's right.
Future generations.
Sometimes I get so into my young man persona that I just don't even think about that stuff. I'm just like, ignore it. But that's me not having a family and not,
you mean a family of your own?
A family of my own.
Kind of thing, okay.
Correct. Type of thing as to where I'm worried about this other life form and how it's gonna be doing way past I'm going. Well, I have a little brother, he's 4, but even like that, you know, I'm not in that position to where it's like, oh snap, iceberg collapse, should I move back to the Midwest type of thing.
Right.
You know, but yeah, that's interesting because it's gonna force everybody to listen. It is. It's gonna force everybody to hear what's going on and to react. And yeah, man, I don't know. Al Sharpton is probably just over there having the ball.
So what else does it say? Anything else about that, or is that just, you know, pretty much?
Yeah, that was it. I mean, they're looking into it further, doing more research. The climate change issue is ongoing. Scientists have been taking care of it, been trying to figure out what we can do about it, how much the impact that we are actually making on the planet is true versus just, you know, nature and time. As time passes, things happen. But this is a significant impact on the climate. For that size of the iceberg to fall off in Antarctica. It's serious.
Yeah. Well,
so
you know, we are going to watch and see what the environmentalists, how they're going to respond in the coming months, in the coming days, coming months, and hopefully you guys, you know, just stay abreast and can do your part. You know, the little things that we can do, recycling.
Time for survival kits.
Yeah, solar, you know, solar panels, things of that nature.
Pack up on water, you know, doomsday stuff. JK, but there is a club out here actually this is a club out in I want to say it's worldwide, but I don't know, so I'm just going to say it because I definitely know it's in the United States, where people actually prepare for doomsday, and they club out and they shoot guns and they do things like pack and talk about how they're going to escape if something happens.
Doomsday preppers.
It's actually called Zombies Apocalypse, something weird like that. Zombies.
Zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, preppers, something like that, along those terms.
Where's that? I have not heard of that.
Yeah, you should. The Molly, she's in the club. She's in the club, the one that's coming on Friday.
Guest comedian is coming on Friday, guys.
We are going to ask her all about that. She's a very interesting person. She told me all about it, and it sounds like the activities they do. And also another little perk about it is that she's a comic, so if she was ever to go out of state and go somewhere else, she could hit somebody up in the club like, hey, because everybody, I guess, is so close in the club that it's nothing just to sleep on somebody's couch. And then the good thing about that, probably, if anything happened, you'd be safe. Or really not safe, because they are those type of people with those things. And okay.
Well, let's get into just a little bit really quickly. So we've had Darius. So Molly's coming on Friday.
Yes,
as our guest.
Molly McGee. She is a stand-up comic
/
and
guitarist.
/ musician.
There you go.
And she will tell you jokes while playing you songs, and you'll be laughing all along. So tune in and sing along.
Okay, sounds good. I'm looking forward to it. And we also have had Darius, who has been a guest on our show, and we've also had Dustin Breakbill, who has also been a guest. So, you know, we have had some fun things going on, and I wanted to bring a little bit more information and fun stuff. So, along with astrology.com, and bringing our horoscopes and our quotes, and we've been doing numerology, I want to share with you guys handwriting analysis. So this is kind of like a dying art as well. So handwriting analysis has been a tool that's been utilized for psychology, psychological profiling. You know, FBI uses it, CIA uses it. Things, organizations or institutions where they kind of need to know a little bit more about a person, more than what they're actually sharing, more than what they're actually saying. So they kind of read into other things. And so handwriting is actually, and this is why I kind of think it's sad that they've taken cursive and handwriting out of the school systems. They've taken it out.
What, cursive?
They don't teach cursive anymore.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Is that everywhere, or is that
They've
just
taken
Stockton?
it out of the systems. They're not. They don't put an emphasis on teaching them how handwriting anymore.
That's a shame.
And they're bringing technology and computers and
I gotta take off my glasses
things
for
of that
one.
nature into the systems. And now they're starting to study, whereas they once studied handwriting analysis and like the different strokes of a pen, which is the mind print on paper. Basically, the way that your body works with your mind, it'll print and it'll do handwriting in a certain way. They're now studying keyboard strokes. So how you type a certain way is now being studied as the new handwriting analysis, but it's keystroke, keyboard analysis. So,
Makes sense.
Yeah, so it's very interesting. You can tell, how fast they get to keys and how and what they're.
All right. I see what you're
very
saying.
interesting.
Let's see what you got here.
So I had asked somebody to write something in cursive. So Alex wrote something in cursive, and I don't know if you guys can see this, but
It's bad.
You gotta wait for
that's
the
okay.
camera to hit you.
I know. I'm gonna wait till it gets there so you guys can kind of see
Yeah.
a little bit of what he wrote. Okay, so I'm still waiting, guys, because
It's been years. While you're waiting on the camera, it's been years since
let
I've
me see what.
written in cursive. The only thing I write in cursive is my signature. My signature is pretty trash. So I am very interested to see what this shows me because I write in.
You're gonna be
print.
like, nah, that's
I'm a
not
print
right.
guy.
Nope, doesn't
okay.
count. Doesn't count.
There's some
I don't-
people who, but that's okay. So he wrote, "Do you know the way to the gym?" So in this sentence, the question, "Do you know the way to the gym?" You have
Fitness.
D, O's, Y's, and Y's give you tails. The G, the Y's, they give you the tails. You have T's that have a stalk. I guess you can say
Okay.
that.
Let
And
me
then
get in on
the
this, let me
crosses,
get in
and
on
the
this.
crosses, the loops of the O's, the loops of the tails of the G's, the Y's, the way that the M's, N's, H's, R's are written, the way that certain slants and angles, all can tell you a little bit about somebody in what you won't necessarily know off top. So I found and discovered this particular tool when I'm always reading kind of like self-help books, seeking self-knowledge. But I found that I was always kind of picking the wrong kind of guy. So I was just
From
like,
your
what?
handwriting?
No, in my personal life, as far as a relationship, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I wasn't really paying attention to certain things. And so I came upon this book called How Not to Be a Bimbo, Naught, to be a bimbo, Bimbeaux. So on how not to become a bimbo. And basically it gives you all of these tools as a female, even maybe males can use it, but as a female on how you're selecting them and what the traits that you will see in particular types of people that you don't necessarily want to be around, like people who are kind of narcissistic, or you can see psychopaths and they have certain characteristics and they do certain things, right, that you can spot like that. Well, in that book, reading that book, they also give you further tools, handwriting analysis being one of them. And so I actually tested it while I was out in Missouri. I tested it on a few people and I was like, wow, this really works. So if I'm kind of interested in, I'll kind of,
That's cool.
I'll try to sneak a peek if they're writing something on their handwriting, or I can ask them to write something down and, just say, I'd like to see your handwriting, which is kind of strange, but I had some stories that I've read about how if this woman had seen how this man that she met wrote before she married him, she would have realized that he was a psychopathic person.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and a pathological liar also. So she wouldn't have gotten robbed the way that she did. He took everything. He left her high and dry completely. Took everything out of their account and just left her. So that was pretty sad. But so I thought this tool was very effective, and I like it. So in your letters, do you know the way to the gym? I see not necessarily loops in the O's and the A's, but you are sometimes talkative because some of your letters, your circular letters are open, but then for the most part, most of them are closed. So you don't talk too much, but you can and you will join the conversations as you do, and as I've seen here as well. So the slant is kind of like straight up, but you have a slight slant to the right a little bit, which is more is going towards a positive optimism, positive, versus if it were to slant to the left, it's more of like a pessimistic, negative type thought or personality. So you're not pessimistic, but you're very logical. You're very
yes.
Your judgment rules. You're ruled by the head, not the heart. You rarely show emotion. Do you mind if I read all these right?
Yeah, okay.
You're very objective, and you withhold emotions. You don't write as an emotional person would. More emotional people will write with more of a slant, and the further the slant, in which direction, the further the slant, the more emotional the person, the more the emotions rule the person.
Right.
So you're very kind of straight up and down. So
it's funny because I write poetry. You wouldn't expect that if knowing that I'm so straightforward and like kind of strict in things I do. But yeah, that it's an opportunity to get some of that emotion out without having to
express it.
Right. Or tell anybody. So.
Right.
Yeah.
So you withhold them, but you find a way to get that out. So you do like to be alone, and we had actually that came across in one of your horoscopes too, or something, or in your numbers,
my numbers, yeah.
That you do
in
like
my alone time
to be alone, and so your handwriting says the same thing that you do like to be alone. You come off as cold or distant.
Yeah.
Wait, what else did he write? Just that sentence?
That's crazy.
Sentence.
Really?
You do relate to both the introverts and the extroverts, as is shown here. So so you make conservative decisions when you do make decisions. You make conservative decisions.
I want it.
You're calm and poised. Calm and poised. Yes, we get that, right?
Super.
Objective, weighs all the facts. Yeah. And then okay, so now going on the rounding of your letters, like so N's and M's and H's and R's, so they're kind of rounded. But yours
was almost done.
Yours are not so rounded. They're kind of like they kind of have like a point to them. So like they're kind of sharper. So that being sharper shows intelligence. That shows that you're quick-witted. That shows that you're quick to get to the point. You don't like to be slowed down. You don't like slow talkers. You don't like slow thinkers. Yeah, you don't like to beat around the bush. You don't like people who beat around the bush. You'd rather kind of like blow them off if you could.
Yeah.
So you're a comprehensive thinker. You're in a hurry, and so you're very tenacious. You have your tenacity is strong. You have good persistence, holding on, and it does say something about holding on to things materialistically. So
like a hoarder?
Not a hoarder, but
I have some hoarder tendencies.
Yeah, not so much a hoarder, but you hold. Yeah, you have a tendency to kind of hold on to like more materialistic versus maybe holding on to like emotions and feelings and things of that nature.
Yeah.
You'll hold on to things that are materialistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's also it does say stuff about your sex drive.
Oh wow!
So your handwriting
Give it
also,
to him.
Yeah,
your handwriting also will let people know a little bit about what your sex drive, and your signature tells that you have a healthy ego. Given that you have the very large, but you're very. I mentioned that too when I was like, oh, you're very curt. Yeah, you're very sharp. You know, you don't wait because the way that it's just real quick. You don't take the time to sign it, so you're just like in and out, like all about it. But your sex drive, healthy, normal, physical drive. You have some aggressiveness in your I wouldn't necessarily say passion, but you have aggression in the way that you go about your business.
Did it just get? Did we just take it there?
It
I'm a little tired, slap happy, but then it was like, and I was like, you have some aggression in your.
And you use great imagination. You have great imagination in all of that. So
all right.
Close it on
you
that
got
end.
all that,
and I got all of that
from
a sentence that just says, "Do you know?"
And let me tell you, like I said, I haven't written cursive in so long, so
signature here.
Maybe we need to give her a sentence, man.
You just made what Darius looks Like, you know what I'm saying? A bunch of waiting and paying for minutes and stuff. Well, nah, let me just go sign this piece of paper and you just tell me how aggressive I am in bed.
Right. Am I slapping her? Or?
Yeah.
Push her up against the wall.
Just give me all the answers.
So if it's something that you guys think that you might want to
I'll tell you what I got from that. Is that if you don't want anybody to know anything about you, don't do anything. Because you don't know if somebody can look at your signature and tell something. If they get your number and tell anything.
Code reading.
Eyebrows.
Code reading.
Yeah, body language.
Body language.
Don't do anything if you're scared to show
yourself.
You what?
I have a poem, a piece called Body Language.
Oh, okay.
And it talks about that. That's kind of one of my favorite ones. It's my warm-up piece, actually. I'll just start off with that one just to have, just a warm-up. But yeah, I mean, and these are just these different types of skills that lost and dying arts that are, they're dying off. People aren't teaching them. People aren't seeking knowledge and learning about different things to how to get into, just how they can learn more about the people in the world, people around them, themselves. You can change some of your thought processes and behaviors just by changing the way that you choose to write something as well. And can you believe that? It's graphotherapy. You can change your,
when I was younger.
if you want to take your time, say you're too quick and you're too, I don't know, you want to keep moving through. You don't take the time to
smell
stop
the
and
roses.
hey, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say take time to stop and smell the roses. So yeah, basically take time to stop and smell the roses, like just by taking time to slow down even just your signature
just
and
appreciate the journey.
changing your signature. Yeah.
I don't do that.
Yeah, of course.
Sometimes
That's not your style.
When it goes right slow, it shakes.
According to your numbers, according to your handwriting, that's not your style.
Yeah. I look back a lot. What comes in my mind when I think about that is like playing sports. Like the whole time playing sports, I didn't take the time to appreciate the level I was getting to, or just being around the people or the athletes. I was just, let me do my event, let me do my sport and get out of here.
Right.
And then there's a little bit of regret because now you see people I used to do track or basketball with, they're friends with people that we didn't go to school with, but you'd see at some of the meets and just have that interaction. I wasn't about that. I was just
mixing and mingle. You kind of keep
a little
to
bit,
yourself.
but it was more of just the sport and just getting there and doing it. So yeah, I would say for people who are out there listening, just take the extra time just to enjoy your surroundings and what's around you at that given moment, because it won't always be the same.
That is the truth. With we can move into our break, so let you guys sit on that one.
Our break? We going home?
Yeah, the show is ending, guys.
Break for the day till we come back tomorrow.
Awesome. I hope you guys have enjoyed all the sustenance and the positivity. And did we share a book today, or?
Well, we shared the news.
And
there it is. We shared some other things. So, but for the most part, we did have that book, The Alchemy, that you did mention, but we got the little zodiac.
Yeah, but this is something that I'll just be
we can bring back
every when
so
we
it's been a solid show. It's been fun, guys.
It's been fun. It's been real. It's been fun.
You guys have a good day out there. Be kind to people at Dragon Tattoos.
That's
over their left eyes.
Be on the lookout for Stockton Rocks. MF Comedy Rock. I should be planting that somewhere soon. And I'll give you guys a hint. It's gonna be out. I don't know.
Check out my instrumental. It's All Heart. That's been posted. So All Heart, Reverb Nation. That's kind of something I wanted to sample, and then DJ Caution and I kind of put that together. So they also are having an event with B-Boys, having a little competition on the 12th.
That sounds fun.
That's gonna be fun. They're gonna have like little judges and stuff out there.
You guys watch World of Dance?
The 6th.
No.
Huh?
World of Dance. You guys seen that show?
No.
Pretty good. Just all the dance. It's a big dance competition.
Check out the World of Dance out there. More importantly, on top of everything, today is a Wednesday, and that means I'll be at the Cactus Bar at 9 o'clock. Tonight I'm doing a feature set. I'll be doing 20 minutes. And yeah, it's going down. It's lots of fun at the Cactus Bar, guys. And I'm putting down some new material, some new stuff I've been working on. So I'm excited. You all should be excited, and I'd hope to see you all out there.
And you're coming to also the Summer Wonderland for the KXVS fundraiser. That's July 22nd, coming up in a couple of weeks here, about a week and a half or so.
I will be there as well.
You'll be performing. I'll be performing. You guys come out, catch us at Channel Brewing. And
then tonight, here, 7 to 9.
What's that?
Sports show.
Oh, the sports show.
Coming back.
I'll be back here tonight for the sports show.
All right, Stockton. Love you. Have a great day.
Yes.
You're listening to the Voice of Stockton on KXVS.
Me, a cat moving in with a